Hello, welcome to my channel. Devon Rex Art here. Today we're going to be doing a video for the December color combo hosted by PM Artists Facebook group called Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists. And this is a color combo they put forth every month, created by Carrie the Crafter. I'll link him below, and Paula Keen. If you want to check out hashtag Makers Color Combo. Do you see? I'll put it on the screen here, and it's a color with a U. You can check it out on YouTube. You'll see different videos. Also, if you enter or join the Facebook group, a lot of people that don't make videos do post in the Facebook group, and you can see lots of wonderful creations. So this month, the color combo is black, white, gold, and/or silver. So what I decided to do was to play with my embossing folders to make cards. And if you don't know what an embossing folder is, it's a plastic folder that you put your paper in here. You put it in like so, and then, or like so, and then you fold it up and you run it through a die cut machine, and it puts extreme pressure on it so that it causes this pattern to be embossed into the paper. So there's two sides. So I created my prototype cards. So each cards, all the cards are going to be different, but this is an example of what I'm going to be working on. So this is the black embossed paper that I've colorized using the Gelliplate, and we're going to show that in a second. And then I just put a focal point on it. Whatever's left over on the Gelliplate, I then picked up with black paint. And that's what this card is. So this one's flat, smooth. There's no texture on here. And then I put some a focal point on there. This was using white modeling paste. This one here, if you look, this is actually textured. On this one, I added some splatters of white with the Dina Wakley gloss spray, and I added these little trees. That's from PM Artist Studios Paula Keen design of ATC stencils Volume 1 Christmas, and that's the stencils that I'm working with. I've been doing a couple videos. My last live, I featured them, and the video before that. So I'm not normally like a card making channel, but I'm trying to make a bunch of cards for December. So you don't have to do cards with this technique. You can use it to make ephemera, tags. You can use it to then cut up and put in a collage. So I'm just making it into cards to suit my purposes. It's my channel. So this is what I need to be doing at this time of year. So I'm gonna just clear out and we'll get started. Show you the embossing folders I use to make these cards I'm going to be working on. I'll probably just show the process of one set, and then at the end I'll do a video flip through of the cards that I made. So some of my embossing folders are from Stampin' Up, some are from Sizzix. I chose some that don't necessarily have a Christmas theme, and I chose some that are very obviously Christmas. So there's some snowflakes, some fun patterns. This is a Sizzix that I must have got at a second-hand place. Music's always good for cards or just collage in general, to like make a tag or something. This one is like a tin tile. This one's very Christmassy. And this one's very subtle, so I'm not sure how this one's going to work out, but we'll give it a go. Like I said, I'll just do one set, and then I will show what I made at the end. This is the one I think I'm going to do on video for you. So that's the pattern. So I've pre-cut my bases to roughly 4.5 by 6 to go with my cards, which are 5 by 6.5. So I've got my bases, like my black bases and my white bases, at about 4. This one's 4.25, but I have them from like 4 to 4.5 to 5.5 to 6, depending on like how I cut my paper. Some people will use their embossing folders right on their Gelliplate. I don't like doing that because then I have to wipe all the acrylic paint off of my embossing folder, and I don't like that. So I usually use cardstock. So this is just, you know, cardstock, nothing too heavy. And you can see this one kind of, this one's very 3D, so it almost ripped the paper in areas, which the paint's gonna kind of seal that down, and then I'm gonna be gluing it down. One way to not have that do that is if you spritz your cardstock with water first, then it is more malleable and you don't get those rips. But I didn't really mind for this application. And then the other thing to think about is there's two surfaces. So one is sort of the positive and one is the negative. So I could do the negative side if I wanted to, or I could do the positive side. So I'm gonna probably do the positive side. For the gold and silver, I'm using paint. For the white, I'm using the paper and the gloss spray and my modeling paste. For the black, I'm using black paper, and I'll be using black paint to pick up what's left over on the jelly plate. So that's how I'm doing the color combination. I also have some gold gel pens, some stencil butter, and some gold ink I might use. I might pull out some other things like threads or ribbons. I'm not really sure. So this is my 5x7 jelly plate. So the first step is to get the paint onto the embossing folder, and that will leave a nice impression. So I'm going to use, on this one I did here, I did a ombre from silver to light gold to dark gold. So this is my darker gold. This is just a KingArt metallic. My light gold is this PBO iridescent gold, and my silver is this KingArt Silver. I think KingArt is a brand I got at HomeSense. I'm not sure in the States where that's available. Now, that one I did like an ombre. This one, you know, I could do, maybe I'll do the dark gold more in the middle and then fade out to silver. I mean, it doesn't have to, they're not all gonna be the same, is my point. They're all gonna be their own little creations. So putting on the, what I call the dark gold. And then, you know what, I'm gonna do the light gold on the edges. And then I'll do the silver in between, just to do something different, just to see how it looks. And then we'll do some silver. I'm almost out of the silver, so probably halfway through my cards, I'll have to go find a different silver. When I'm showing you my cards at the end, if that's the case, and I'm sure it will be because this is almost empty, then I will try to show which silver I used. Now, because it's kind of small, I don't use my big brayer. If I was doing like blocks of color, I could use this 4-inch brayer, but because it's kind of a smaller area, I'm gonna use my small brayer, 1.5-inch brayer. I'm gonna use some roll-off paper. I'm just gonna use this black cardstock for my roll-off paper because I think with the metallics, they look really nice on black paper. So I'm just gonna start in the middle. And then let's do this one here, the light gold. And then we'll spread the silver. I'm just burring off in between the colors so that I get sort of some truer colors. So there I got the silver. And then now I got to try to sort of smooth that out. There we go, that's pretty good. Look how much paint I used. I can do a whole card just with that. And then I'm gonna press that down. I put the positive side down towards the plate. And I'm just gonna use a white cardstock just to push that down. Pick up any extra paint there. Give it a little rub. And then when I pick that up, it should leave behind an impression and it should colorize this one here. So there's part one of our card. And I did get some brayer marks there, but I'm not gonna really worry about that too much. So we have gold and silver. Gonna let that dry before I do anything else. This I have to let it dry as well before I pick it up with my black paint. So I'm gonna do that and come back. Dry, it really didn't take very long. Metallics dry pretty quick. I'm just gonna rotate that And I'm just going to pick it up with some black paint, and I've pre-cut some white cardstock that I'm going to use to pick it up. And I don't want to ruin that metallic with that broidery off, so let's just braid it on the back side. Just put it in a thin layer. And then we'll put our card approximately in the middle. And I'll use this to give it a good press. So I'm going to let that dry a bit more. While that's drying, let's think about our focal point. And I was really tempted to use this little bird again, because I just like him, but I did use him in a couple other videos, so we're going to put him aside for now. The other thing I thought was, I thought this ornament would look kind of cute. I could do it and then cut it out and put it at an angle, maybe put a string there. We just saw the Christmas tree, so I won't do that. The other thought I had was this stocking I thought would look kind of cute. Or that might look, ooh, maybe we'll do that. We'll do the reindeer, but we'll be fussy cutting them out. This one I used the gold on some black paper. So I think we'll do that again. Let me grab, here's a bit of black cardstock. This one is very tricky to use the stencil butter with, or I could just use paint. I'm gonna pick them up from this Gelliplate, and I'll use this dark gold. I'll try to show using the stencil butter on one of the other ones, maybe up in the corner there. Spread that out, and that like so, and I'll just do that. So that's kind of cute. And then actually I've got a 2-for-1 here. I can probably pick that up with some black paint. I don't normally clean my stencils, but with this set, I just want to kind of keep them clean. So if I do use stencil butter, it's a crisp edge. I can get good contact. I'm gonna let that dry a bit more before we fussy cut it. And then we're going to pull this print. So there we have our companion. So because this was a bit smaller than 4.5 by 6, we ended up with kind of a little frame around it, which I think is cool. So if you can see the difference, this one's 3D, this one is flat. I'm gonna fussy cut those out. Now I think I'll go ahead and glue these down to my card bases just to get them nice and flat. I think I'm going to put that like there. I'm going to attach that down. I'm going to use double-sided tape to do that. All right, so I'm going to try to put that on straight-ish. It's pretty straight. Let's use this for the bottom. When I did the other card, the Christmas tree here, I did use pop dots. I did pop it up a bit. What if I wonder if I just pop up the antlers, if that would look kind of neat. So I'm just gonna pop that. And do I have another? Yeah, I have some more here. And I might actually add a little bit of glue to these pop dots because I find with the acrylic paint on there, it doesn't always glue the best. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of some Aline's tacky glue to that. So there, just add just a little bit of tacky glue. And I'm going to offset that kind of there. And I just sort of popped up the top part. So I don't know if you can see that. And then let's give that a splatter, and then we'll work on part 2 of that card. This one I splattered just the background with this white gloss spray, and I kind of drew on this little pretty good shake, and I still can't get that top off, so I'm going to use this device here. There we go. So that's a very handy device. I just bought that at my local art store. There's a little bit on the card, but like on the white part, but that's okay. I'll just leave that. And then maybe we'll add some dueling, but I'm gonna let that dry first. Right, there we have our black, silver, gold, and white. All right, let's put that on the other card base. Now on this card, I just used the modeling paste straight onto the background, but this background here is just a little bit too busy to do that, I think. Unless I do the reindeer, because they're solid. Like if I did something like this, you're gonna see, you know, in between, you might not see that it's an ornament. What if we, maybe we'll do the reindeer in white, and we'll have it like them starting here, like they're standing there. All right, so I'm gonna try the modeling paste, and hopefully it's not gonna go under. I could spray it with some pixie spray. Let's do that. So I'm gonna go grab my pixie spray, which I never use. So this is pixie spray. It's a light tack repositionable adhesive for stencils. And I don't think I've ever used it. I probably only used it once. And I don't think I've ever used it on acrylic paint. So I'm hoping it's not gonna pull up the paint. Let's read the instructions, shall we? Shake well, always spray from back of stencil, hold can upright, 12 inches from stencil. Press nozzle, apply adhesive using a sweeping motion. Let dry 1 minute, then press stencil to project. Reposition as needed. Before storing, hold can upside down and press for short bursts to clear nozzle. Clean up stencils with soap and water or alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Okay, because you don't want your stencil to stay sticky. But I'm gonna go do this in a ventilated area. Let's do it this way with the antlers kind of on this side. All right, because I like how it balances with that sort of star shape. Okay, I'll be right back. Sprayed it. I just give it a light spray, and I set my timer for 1 minute. It's been 1 minute. Let's put this on. Now, because this is a flat piece of paper, I can do this with a stencil, right? Yeah, on the other one, it's very 3D, so you wouldn't be able to like go through a stencil very effectively. So I'm going to use a little bit of this light and fluffy white modeling paste. And we'll see how that pixie spray, if it does the trick. So far it feels like it's stuck down pretty well. Now, I don't imagine you'd want to leave this pixie spray on there super long, because I don't know, I'm worried about that paint peeling off. If you have experience with pixie spray and you want to leave a comment about it, whether it's a good experience or bad experience, I welcome that in the comments. All right, so I'm just going to peel that off, fingers crossed. And then I'm going to have to go wipe this stencil right away. And look at that. That worked like a charm. I like that. Okay, I'm going to go wash this stencil off. Okay, so I wiped it off. Rinsed it in the sink. I used a little bit of hand sanitizer. It's still a little bit sticky. I should maybe mention that PM Artist Studios, they make their stencils out of 74-pound Yupo. So I don't know if that reacts differently with pixie spray than other things, but I've got it mostly off. If I worked a bit hard, I could probably get all of that adhesive off there. It's just a very light tack. but I think it worked wonderfully. There we go, it's just drying. I like it. I feel like putting like a star here. I did find this stencil. I believe it's also a PMR Studio stencil from last Christmas. I can't remember who the designer was, but I don't want this big star, obviously. I think that in white. I'm gonna get some washi tape just to block out some of this other area. Should I follow the angle of this? I think I shall. All right, so I'm just gonna tape that off a little bit. Okay, and I'm gonna use, I could use the gold, but I'm gonna use the white, light and fluffy again. And I don't need very much, it's not a very big star. Lift that up. So that's cute. And I'm gonna wipe this. And they don't have to have the same, you know, it doesn't have to be matchy-matchy. This one, I don't think it needs a border, but this one, I don't like all the extra space there. Just add the ear here for balance. So here we have our silver, gold, black and white cards. They're not perfect, but they're handmade, so that's okay. Just do a little zoom. So I'm gonna keep playing. Like watch the rest where I show all the cards I made, and you have fun with this challenge of gold, silver, black, and white. So I've done all the bases and I added details to all of them. I'm not gonna go into much detail, but I'll just let you know which one is the embossed paper, the actual embossed paper. So this one's embossed, and then which one is the secondary image. So that one's the secondary image. So that's very subtle. So if you see die cuts, then that's probably a Stampin' Up die cut. There's some felt letters, and there's some stencil work from PMR Studios. So this one on the left is the original embossed paper, and then that's the pickup print. The secondary print, we'll just call it a pickup print. So each card is different. I didn't film doing each card. Just want to show you, using a similar technique, you can get a lot of variety. And then you just kind of play. The one on the left again is the embossed cardstock, and the right one is the pickup print. So I had a lot of fun working with this color combo of the gold, silver, black, and white. And the one on the left is the embossed. The one on the right is the pickup. I made some snow using the modeling paste. And this one, I don't have the, oh, here's the embossed one. This is the embossed poinsettias. And then the background on this one is not embossed, it's the pickup print. But this square here, that's actually the embossed paper. So I had a lot of fun playing all day, adding different elements. This one's a pickup print of the tile, so of this one here, so that's the pickup. That I almost missed these two. So this is the embossed one, not your typical Christmas theme, but, and there's the other one. This is also made using a stencil from PMR Studios. I made a lot of cards with that one last year. You can check out my video, I'll link it below, of using these nutcrackers. I made some snow again with the modeling paste. And yeah, there's lots of, it's a great way to make a bunch of cards. So this is the embossed paper, and the one on the right is the pickup print. It's even something very simple. The pickup print can be more interesting sometimes. We're getting near the end. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. if you watch. The one on the left is the embossed cardstock, and the one on the right is the pickup. Yeah, so this was lots of fun. And there we go. The one on the right is the embossed cardstock, and the one on the left is the pickup. That one's really subtle because I added lots of splatters to that. So thanks again to Carrie and Paula Keene for hosting this fun challenge. I don't really know which one's my favorite. Let me know if you have a favorite card. Just curious. They're all quite different, so it was lots of fun. So thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.